Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Ariana Nicole. So usually I don't talk in my videos, but today I just feel like you guys just need to get to know me, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So let's get to it. I'll be doing my average everyday makeup look, and today I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filler Instant Retouch Primer. And so a little bit about myself was I was born November 28th. I'm a Sagittarius, and I'm originally from Washington, D.C. And I don't know. It's so hard talking about myself, especially when I'm not talking to any other person. Next, I'll be using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filler Soft Matte Long Wear Foundation in the color 280. When I was little, I did a lot of activities, like after school activities, weekend activities. I was just that kid that wanted to be in a lot of things, and some of those things were cheerleading, dancing, modeling, Girl Scouts, pageants. I hated pageants. Why? Because pageants are just looking for that Caucasian little girl who's always smiling and so sweet and all of that. And I mean, I wasn't mean, but I'm too honest, and I can't just sit there and smile all the time. Like that's not who I am. And I did it for I think like 2-3 years. I actually won, but I didn't like it. And I did cheerleading like a lot when I was little. Like I really didn't have to try out. I went to the same school, elementary school, and every time I tried out, they would literally come to me like, why didn't you just come to me and said you wanted to be on the cheerleading team? You didn't even have to try out. And I didn't want to be that girl that was just like, oh, I'm automatically on the team, like I'm better than you. No, that's not what I thought. It's not who I wanted to be. And yeah, so I tried out like everybody else did. And I got on the team every year until 5th grade, because I left 6th grade because I was tired of that elementary school and still seeing them kids every day. Yeah, I just didn't want to be that girl who thought she was better than everybody. And at a very young age, I found out that I was gifted in fashion, cosmetics, that type of stuff, and that I can literally put anything on that I wanted to wear. But I was never that girl that's like, oh, I know my gift and I'm talented and so I'm better than you. No, I got bullied from kindergarten to 9th grade. And that, I mean, that took a big toll on me, because I was so young and I looked so different from everybody else. And that it just confused me, and that's making me look at myself in the mirror like, okay, what's wrong with me? What do I need to fix about myself? And it took me a very long time to realize that there is nothing wrong with me and I'm amazing at everything I do and nothing's wrong with that. What I'm concealing with is the Fenty Beauty Matchstick in the shade Honey. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. And so after I was in 5th grade and went to different schools, I went actually to a private school. The private school was no different than the public school or charter school, whatever you want to call it. Like, the kids were still the same, and it was a Christian school, and they were still the same, like cussing, getting on my nerves, everything. And so I don't want to be in there anymore. And then there was this one boy who always bullied me, but I'm pretty sure he liked me. I don't know what's up with guys and I'm a hitter to show that I like her. No, you're gonna make me angry and not like you. And so yeah, I went to the neighborhood school that was across the street from me, and I hated it. I don't like school. It's not that, oh, I don't want to do the homework or actually go. It's the kids, and that's what parents don't realize. As your child is supposed to be getting their education, not hiding, running away from kids, like fighting, all of that type of stuff. And school is different nowadays than back in the day when your parents went to school, and that's what they don't realize. Next, I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filler Instant Retouch Concealer in the shade 340. Yeah, so I pretty much was there 6th through 8th because it was only a middle school, and then I went on to high school. My 9th grade year was fine, straight A student for like 1 quarter, but I don't care. It got me in programs that will help me in college and everything, so I wasn't too mad about that. You start meeting boys, and I mean, my dad always told me like, oh, you're in high school now, boys are gonna want your number and all of that, and I was looking at him like, ew, no, why would I want their number? But that happened somehow. And yeah, in the summer of 10th grade, where I was going to 10th grade, and this was 2015, as my dad passed away, and that changed me. It really did. I wasn't prepared for it. I mean, I don't think anybody is prepared for one of their parents to pass away. But it changed me completely. Like, I started cutting my hair and just not being interested in the things that I was interested in when I was younger. And then that was also the same year as I met my first love, and we're just not going to talk about that situation because, you know, like, it took me many years up to this year to really get over him. And that's just a different story. Ooh, I don't know what to say. So yeah, all that stuff happened. And then also the same year, including my father's death and my first love, I started suffering from depression. Guys, depression is not a joke. All these kids who be posting I have depression or something just to get attention from somebody, that's really not okay. Because when you actually have depression, you're not going to want to be posting and or interacting with anyone. You're going to be by yourself all the time. It's like you have to find what my content. You have to find what is going to make you happy all the time, because your thoughts, your mind is always thinking the negative, and it's just not okay how people are in the world. Next, I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty setting powder in the color Lavender. And what was I talking about? Depression. Oh, yeah. It's a lot of people in this world who suffer from depression. And it's not okay. My mom suffered from depression, and having two people in one house who has depression is really not okay, because it's a lot of negativity going on, and you're not happy. You're just not happy. And it was just not okay. 2017 came. I was in 11th grade, and my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. She had it in 2012, but it came back in 2011, and came back in 2011, and that took a really big toll on me. And I was just doing a lot of things. I was, like I said, the child who was always in something. So I never really was ever in the house. And so that made me feel like, I don't know. Like I was missing out on everything, because I didn't find a lot of stuff out until my father passed away. And it just surprised me, because I didn't know anything. I was 15, 14 when he passed away. And it was a lot. Like, I stayed in bed 3-4 days, like wouldn't get up at all, because I wasn't feeling it, like people or anything. And so when my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer again, she really tried to cover it up. She was one of those people who is like, don't worry about me. I'm fine. But really on the inside, she wasn't. And I can tell by people's energy and how they look on the outside. Like, I can tell how they feel on the outside, inside of it. And I can always tell that she was in pain. And it's really not okay when your mom tells you that she feels like she's dying. And dang, I calmed down. Yeah, so this was all happening while I was in high school, and I was still like messing with my first love and still doing activities because my mom always wanted me to be the kid that I wanted to be. And I was. Like, I didn't want to grow up fast like the other kids around me and all that type of stuff. Like, I loved my childhood, for real. And I wouldn't take it back at all. I would take nothing back that I experienced. So 2018 comes, and that's the year that I graduate high school. And so my mom is in and out of the hospital, and I'm having modeling shows, football games, like all this type of stuff, and I was just busy all the time. And so I really didn't have time for anything. Like, I was also taking my mom to her appointments, and it was just a lot. Like, a lot that was going on. And by the time that I was about to graduate, my mom went to the doctor, and she found out that the cancer is now in her right side of her body, like completely all over. And so that's when she started having to hold on, this is the wrong thing. She had to start being in a wheelchair because her legs wouldn't work anymore. And so now I gotta push my mom in the wheelchair. And around that time, I had a dream that when my mom gets on the oxygen tank, that would be it. And it was a hard time for me, because my brother was in college and my sister was, I don't know. So I was pretty much the only one in the house with her. I'm sorry. So I pretty much had to do everything. Oh no. Oh, you're crying too much. Okay. Yeah. And I didn't graduate with my class. I had to graduate in the summer because of the teachers that I was in school with, and they had some problems, and that's another story. So pretty much I graduated in August, but by that time, my mom was still in and out of the hospital, and literally the graduation was down the street from the hospital. And after the graduation, I went to go see her. Literally walked in my cap and gown to the hospital where she was. And after that, it was just off to college. And so pretty much I didn't want to go to college. I picked the closest college that I could to my mother because I just didn't feel right. Like, I didn't want to go all the way down to Alabama or North Carolina because I was living in DC, and the closest school was Virginia. And so I chose that school because it was the closest. And I stayed for three weeks, because by the time, no, first week, it was just freshman week, and that's just like no classes. The classes was fine, and it was just me worrying about my mother and a guy who we're not going to talk about, who isn't important, but yeah. I'm sorry if I'm just like all over the place, but I didn't tell you the pencil brush that I'm using is the Benefit Precisely My Brow in the color 4. So pretty much by the 3rd week, I got a call from my cousin by accident saying that your mom's in the hospital again. First of all, why are you calling me by accident and telling me that my mother is in the hospital again? First of all, when I left for college 3 weeks ago, she was in the hospital. I took her to the hospital, and then she's back in the hospital again, and something was like completely off to me. Completely. Like, I need to go home right now. I don't care about none of y'all people, college, none of that. Like, I need to come home. I got my bus ticket and came home. So I would say I left that Monday like 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Greyhound. And let's just say I didn't get to DC until 8 p.m. Warning you. Let's see. Virginia, DC, depends on where you are. I would say it's at least 2-3 hours college to home. Seriously. But I didn't get there until 8 p.m. and I was just so excited to be back, and I just wanted to see my family, and it was an amazing feeling to just finally be off that bus. But by the time I got there, I was the only one happy, and I get in the car and I'm like, okay, why are you taking me home? I should be going to the hospital to see my mother. Nobody said anything to me. And then they was just like, oh, should we tell her? No, we shouldn't tell her. Oh, yes, we should. And I'm just sitting there like, tell me. What do you have to tell me? And found out that 3 something p.m. that my mom passed away. And I was still on the bus. I broke down. I mean, who wouldn't? My mom was my best friend. And they hid it from me the whole entire time. And I didn't like that. So yeah, I mean, everything after that was pretty much a struggle. I'm still struggling now. With my parents not being there with me. So now I'm going in with concealer that I used on my face for my eyebrows. What I want to do when I get older, or a couple of years from now, or right now, is be an international supermodel. Like, all my life I wanted to be a model. First time saw a model, Victoria's Secret commercial, magazine, fell in love. And most people will see them as, oh, they're just skinny girls and they only eat crackers and all that type of stuff. Like, you don't have to do what everyone else does just so you can fit in. And I was always like that. I didn't follow rules. I make my own rules. And I think that's what people liked about me, and some people didn't like about me, because I was always on my own pace. I never paid attention to anybody else but myself, because I know that I can think for myself. If I say no, that means no. That doesn't mean try to convince me to say yes. It means I'm not doing it. Get away from me. Yeah. So pretty much after my mom passed away, I moved down to Virginia. It's a complete change from the city. Like actual DC. Not them people who be like, oh yeah, I'm from DC, but actually live in Prince George's County, PG County, and all of that, Clinton, Maryland. Like, if you search up PG County, what's it going to tell you? It's in Maryland. Just like Pentagon City, Tyson's Corner is in Maryland, Virginia. That's that not DC. The Pentagon is in Virginia, not DC. If you can look out your window and see that monument, you don't live in DC. Well, I don't actually never, I lived in the ghetto, so I've always saw it because it was right there by downtown. Yeah, so I moved to Virginia with my cousin and my sister. So pretty much we was forced down here, because all that was happening at the funeral is, you should come move with me. I know you guys don't have a lot of money, come move with me. And she really wouldn't take no for an answer. So that's what happened, and we moved down to Virginia. I noticed from the jump that my cousin likes alcohol. And one thing about me is, ever since I was little, well, I wouldn't say little, I would say like middle school, high school is when kids are like pressuring you to drinking alcohol and doing all this stuff. Like, that was not me. Till this very day, the smell of alcohol disgusts me. Disgusting. And I'm just not okay with it. Next, I'm going to be using the NARS contour. I don't really know. It just says NARS, and the thing literally says Laguna. So I really don't know what it is. Like, I know it's for contouring and stuff, but I can never find what I need. Jeez. Okay. So yeah, I mean, my cousin did help me realize, like, okay, I want to be a model, because that's all I ever talked about. All I ever did was modeling. So that's what I want to do, and I love to do it. So yeah. But I don't mess with people who are sloppy drunks and all of that. No. Like, I don't like it. And then the whole boyfriend situation with her, and no. But yeah, I mean, I don't really know what else to tell you. Like, that was my life. I used to be so happy, pretty much. And now I'm just the girl who suffered from depression and trying to live her day, be happy every day, pretty much, without any BSing, because I do get angry very fast. And that's something that I need to work on. And also patience is something I need to work on, because I have zero patience for anybody, for anything. And it's just like, well, that's because I feel like, because I was in modeling and all of this, it was always next. It was never, okay, do this, and then you're waiting for something. No, it was always, okay, you do this, okay, when you do that, now go to the next thing. And it's just like, you can't catch your breath, you can't get no water, girl, you better go over there and do that dance. So yeah, I don't have patience at all. I'm going to be taking that same contour palette and putting it all over my lids. So yeah, life is hard, man. If your life is easy right now, please live up to the moments. Like, I don't really know how to say it right now, but just live life to the fullest. Don't regret anything, because it's not worth it. Just be happy. Don't let anybody get in your way. Don't let anybody stop you from living the life that you want to live, because you can live the life that you want to live. Doesn't matter, oh, if I want to be, I don't know, if I want to build a rocket, why can't I build a rocket just because you say, oh, I can't build a rocket? I can. What does that have to do with you? You're not me. Just because you say you can't do it doesn't mean I can. And so, yeah, I mean, I just want to be that voice for the people who think they don't have a voice, but you actually do have a voice. Like, everyone has a voice. You just have to believe it. Stop listening, oh, the voice is the celebrities or that political leader. No, the voice is yours. You want to stand up and fight for something, fight for it, but don't be stupid with it. Do not be stupid with it, because you can get yourself hurt or killed, and that's not okay. And so, yeah, I literally just want to make videos so people can get inspired by them. I'm not trying to be like, okay, I'm doing this video because I see another person doing this video. No, like, I'm doing this video because I don't want to be dramatic. I don't do my makeup dramatic. I do my makeup simple, and sometimes it's just, I want to look at a simple tutorial where I don't have to have green, purple, blue, pink eyeshadow and doing wings on the eyes and all of this. It's just like, no, like, I don't go to these places y'all be going. Like, nobody knows me. So I'm just going to give you videos as of I'm having fun with it. And I don't really know, but I just want to show people my talent and hear my voice and my opinion on some things, because everyone has a voice. So now I'm going to be using the NARS Assist Blush Palette, and I'm going to be taking these 3 shades right here. Yeah, so that's pretty much my life. I'm just working, trying to get people in the fashion industry to notice me, pretty much. I mean, of course, they don't notice you, but once somebody does, then they notice you, like somebody big. But I don't want to be that person. We're not going to name any names or any celebrities that just have a name to them and just like, oh, because my name is this, I think that I can be somebody. I mean, of course you can be somebody, but I just rather have my own legacy, my own brand to put out there than, oh, it was my parents' name or my sister's name or anything like that, or not even my real parent. But yeah, I'm going to be using the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Skin Crossing Suburban Gold, and I love this one because, like, you available in these big and there we go. And it's beautiful. Look at that shine. But yeah, that's really the one thing that I really wanted to talk to you guys about, me, because I just feel like you guys watch my videos and you don't really know me, and I just want you guys to know me. I mean, I don't have a lot of people following me right now, but that's okay. Like I know I can get there. And what I love to do is take the highlighter. I'm pretty sure a lot of people do this, but put it in the corners of my eye to give it that shine, that pop, because it would just look so big without it. Okay, so I think the next thing I'm gonna do is set my face. Yes, I really need some more of this, honestly. I don't know, sometimes when I do my makeup, it just feels like I'm missing something. Like, did I miss something when I was doing my makeup? But I don't think I did. Next, I'm gonna be applying my lashes. Ooh, there we go. And I got these lashes off of Amazon. Amazon is literally life, where you can get anything you want. And it's the 25mm lashes. I really don't know who made these lashes, but whoever did, they're bomb. They're really bomb. They're like a wispy, I don't know. Guys, if you haven't noticed, I'm not a professional at this. And I mean, I'm not saying I don't want to be, but it's just like I'm not going to school for something that I can watch YouTube videos for, because it just doesn't make sense to me. So I'm gonna go apply these lashes. For now, I'm applying these lovely lashes right here. And I think the one thing that I need to work on is eyebrows, of course. And I'm not really good at lining my lips. Like, I've been wearing makeup since 12th grade. And I just feel like I've gotten so much better at certain things. But eyebrows are hard. Like, you just see all these girls like, oh, I did my eyebrows like this. Oh, let me run that back. They don't ever show you how they do their eyebrows. And it's really sad, because it's like, okay, are you getting like the little tattoo eyebrows, or are you actually like putting in the effort to show me how you got those eyebrows? Because most of the time they got it tattooed on. And I am not into plastic surgery or changing my face or doing none of that stuff. And I'm not saying that it's wrong to do it. I'm just saying I prefer not to mess my body up, except for tattoos and piercings, but that's it. Other than that, you will not know. I love my body just the way it is, and I'm not going to change anything about it because I love it. Like, I do Pilates, and that is something that really helps tone out. Okay, so the camera cut off when I was talking, but yeah, I just want to let you guys know that I'm really not the person to share my feelings or anything with anybody. And I just feel like this is way comfortable. I mean, I'm kind of just talking to myself, but I'm actually talking to you guys, the people who watch my videos. And I'm going to be using the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. And let me tell you this, I love this mascara. First of all, it has my two favorite colors on it. It's pink and it's diamonds on it. And I don't care if diamonds is in a color. Normally, your favorite color is what looks best, kind of like the most prettiest color. And that just so happens to be diamonds for me. And don't judge me, because I just want to wear diamonds because it looks best on me. And if it's pink diamonds, it's even better. So yeah, I mean, that's all I really wanted to talk to you guys about, my life and stuff. And it's still stories in between that are crazy. But all I wanted was to tell you guys that you have a voice in this world, and you shouldn't be afraid to use it just because somebody doesn't agree with you. Like, we were all made differently. Like, even if you're an identical twin, you guys still have your own mind, your own way of thinking, and it is nothing wrong with that. It is really nothing wrong with thinking on your own, speaking your truth. And I think we should all embrace it, because we live in a time where people are more sensitive these days than back in like the 1800s and stuff. I mean 1900s, but still, it's still like, don't be afraid to speak up. Don't get offended by something that isn't true about yourself, because you know deep down that you are not that person. And it's hard to explain, but just don't feed into the BS, because it's always people who are going to try to bring you down, and you cannot let that happen. That's really all I wanted to say. So thank you guys again. Oh, and I'm going to take the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in Diamond Milk. This is my favorite and my only one that I have, because makeup is expensive and your girl is broke. And so, yeah, just look at that. Pink. I love it. It just does it for me. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And hopefully there's another video coming.